Hello, hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here today for the Wealth Warriors episode number 4 about personal branding and how the hell do you actually monetize it? What is it? How is it that people actually are making money on their social medias, right? So, my name is Saber. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm tuning into you from the beautiful California, and I have my dear soul sister, Kat, all the way from the beautiful Bali, Indonesia, and she's going to be introducing herself just in a little bit and really talking about the deep dive on this topic of how do we actually monetize our social media? We see all these people who have their TikTok and it's all about getting all these numbers and followers and all the pretty colors and the branding. And, you know, what I found is when I learned about personal branding, right? Personal branding is that everything that I thought worked online was exactly what was stopping me from creating a wildly profitable online platform. Because ultimately people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So if you're online already and you're trying to figure out like how is it to actually connect to your audience, this is all about really learning to get paid to be you, right? This is really about your authenticity, the branding, the colors, the logo, all these stuff, which you see we have very beautifully in our Wealth Warriors podcast. But they come they come but they do not come first. What comes first is your authentic message. What comes first is your conviction, your vision, and your mission. And what we want to share today is really debunking what we think it means to be a personal brand, because no, it does not mean that you need to have a crap ton of followers. We know people who have started online businesses, particularly in our business space, who've started with 5 Facebook friends, who started an Instagram account when they started an online business, and they just started where they were at because they learned and cultivated the skills of personal branding and attraction marketing, which is exactly what we do here. So, Kat, I would love for you to just kind of open it up with any opening thoughts that you have on this topic and why it's so freaking important. And then we could just really dive into our main points here.
Yeah, something I really want to share, and I just want to invite people to examine like what the amount of time that you work in a year. So the other day I calculated this and I saw that if you work 52 weeks, 40 hours a week, you're working about 2,000 hours a year. Now, there was a study that showed that most people that are on social media for about 1,300 hours a year. So just 700 hours less. That's like more than a part-time job. You're already on the internet. You're already scrolling, but it's something when you go from being a consumer to a then creator. And the thing is that you don't realize you're already a creator. People go, well, I don't have a personal brand. Yes, you do. What do you mean? You have an Instagram, you have a Facebook, you totally have something that you stand for. For me, I stand for empowerment. I talk about spirituality. I talk about my life as a digital nomad, as a mom, like that's who I am. People find me and resonate with me, and they like what I'm doing for the simple fact of who I am and what my message is and what I'm sharing. So I just want to share to you guys right now that whether or not you realize it, you already have a personal brand. It's your own identity. That's why we say it's your personal and it's your brand, because it's literally just who you are.
Yeah, beautiful. That's like really mind-boggling, right? It's like we do spend so much time on social media. Why are we not monetizing it? People are doing this 1,300 plus hours a year on top of their jobs, on top of taking care of their children, on top of trying to have a social life, right? So this is why it's just so important at this day and age. Experts say that they said this a couple years, okay? They said Kerwin Ray specifically, you can look him up. He's an incredible person that speaks on the social media world, just like Gary Vee, right? Like they talk about in 3 to 5 years, it's like we have this window to create incredibly wild, profitable personal brands and actually take advantage of the up and coming things. We saw things like TikTok. It just came out. Nobody really was taking it seriously. Everybody thought that it was just kids that were on there. Now we're seeing people who are grandmas who are actually making some really awesome money from TikTok, but it's like, how are they actually monetizing it, right? Because there are ways platforms will actually pay you for content, but what we want to talk about is the different ways that you can actually monetize your personal brand and really the pros and cons, because I feel like that's ultimately what we need to really be educating ourselves about when we're actually looking into creating income online. So many people, especially when the pandemic hit, coaching. Everyone wants to do coaching, right? coaching, working on one-on-ones, doing group programs, doing courses. And it seems like a great idea, right? It's like get a group of people together and, you know, you're making this impact, you're sharing your message, you're able to create a personal brand, but now you have to also coach these people, right? Which can be beautiful and it can create some passive income from the courses, but the detriment of doing it in this regard, especially for those who are actually still doing one-on-ones is beautiful, has its place, but it's still trading your time for money, right? Still trading your time for money. And when you have courses that end up paying you passively, did you know that most courses people don't freaking use? Over 80% of courses are not used. I don't know. I'm definitely one of those. I have bought courses and I did not finish them. Not all of them. It doesn't really make the impact that we really need in this world, right? And for working on one-on-ones, even for working on groups, it's like we can only hold so much space for people. So there's some impact, but there's another layer, right? And there's also another layer for us to break through in regards to our money, right? Like how can we actually make an income where we can actually have this uncapped income, make the most amount of abundance and the most amount of impact, right? So then people like to look at network marketing. I'm curious, Kat, do you want to go over this piece of just the pros and cons of traditional forms of network marketing and really why that ties into what it is that we're going to be sharing with them today?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to share that. But I also want to say one thing too. A lot of people got into coaching, but did you know that 9 out of 10 personal businesses, entrepreneurial journeys all fail within the first 5 years? 9 out of 10 is the statistic. And then out of those 5 businesses that make it past 5 years, 9 out of 10 of those then fail. So that means you have a 5% chance of actually succeeding in your business and becoming a millionaire or creating an epic income with it. So I just want to share about that. So the reason why I chose to step away from my, as an entrepreneur, multiple businesses that I had, and start to tap into network marketing, but a little bit of a different form of network marketing, because most network marketing, you're sitting there and you're becoming a billboard for products or services. You are then having to post about your new collagen or your new essential oils or your new CBD oil. And all of a sudden, your page that you were once sharing so much value on becomes an advertisement. And what do people, when they see advertisements on TV, you fast forward through it if you have cable, or you just simply like zone out. Like, who wants to watch a bunch of advertisements? I think we're so over those, especially in today's age. Like, if I'm watching a YouTube video and advertisement come on, I'm like trying to rush to the phone to pause it or like skip it or do something. I don't even finish watching what I'm watching. I literally will turn it off because I'm so tired of advertising. I'm so tired of dealing with that. And that's something that people need to understand with network marketing, the traditional way versus personal branding and doing it with an affiliate offer. So I want to share that first of all. It's like, when you are doing classical network marketing, you're a billboard most of the time for whatever product and services you're working with. And that is at the end of the day, it's kind of annoying. Simply put, it's kind of like, like cool. Like some people may see your value, but most of your friends are probably going to drop you off. The other thing that's really cool about what we have here versus other network marketing businesses is that we have a one-time purchase into a lifetime asset versus most other network marketing businesses, multiple purchases every single month, every single year. You have to literally make like a monthly quota or else you're deranked. Like I've heard of stories where like people are at the end of the month, they're all like so hyper focused on the struggle because if they don't make X amount of sales in their network marketing businesses, they have to restart back over at the rank before, and it's a vicious cycle. And people don't even think like, wow, that's weird. They just think like it's what I have to do. Like I'm in network marketing, I'm working with a product, I have to make sure I get enough sales so I can keep my rank. So that's also another exhausting thing. Also, continuing to just have to buy multiple products is not okay. Like when you're doing that, you're literally just creating more of an expense for yourself versus more building your asset column. You're constantly, your income is matching your expenses, and that's not how you become rich. You do not match your expenses with your income and expect to get a profitable life. So that's something that you really have to examine when you are stepping into network marketing, is make sure that you're taking possession of assets and you're building on assets versus building on a liability business. So I just wanted to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's the thing too, like not only with traditional forms of network marketing is like your social media doesn't necessarily get to be about you as much. It's like you can get paid to be you yourself to an extent, right? But there's still this, like you were sharing, that pressure of like really meeting those quotas and like selling those damn products, right? That's not really actually creating true impact, you know? But the other thing about this, like the way to create a fusion, and this is why we wanted to talk about these different types, what I freaking love doing is what we do here with automation and being a mentor and a guide for people to create online businesses. Because you can literally take your genius zone of coaching or what you would want to do for coaching and helping people, right? And you get to take the beauty idea concept of network marketing, right? The leverage, the passive income, but you can create a beautiful hybrid where you, because you have an automated platform. So we do webinars where we actually break down exactly it how it works with our system, where we actually can partner with a high ticket offer. It is the only high ticket offer that's in the network marketing space. And we don't even like to call it network marketing because traditional forms of network marketing are so freaking different. It is so different. That's why I love seeing this as such a hybrid, because you get to step in, plug into this as an asset, like Kat was saying, instead of plugging into something that's going to be a liability and ended up costing you money, and actually plug into something that you're going to be growing your wealth through sharing your message. This is where you actually get to get paid to be you, and it's the optimum way to monetize your personal brand. There's a lot of different ways to do this, right? Like we were sharing, the influencer marketing, there's the coaching and courses and programs. But honestly, in my opinion, if you want to work the least amount over the span of your lifetime, you want to make the most uncapped amount of income and not have to rely on trading your time for money and relaunching and continuing to hustle and be pitching products and being a product billboard. If you want to solve all of that and create a really incredible business model where you actually get to be you on the forefront, share your authentic message, and only that, this is what we have to share with you. So depending on when you guys are actually watching this, we're live now, but maybe we're going to actually have this on our actual podcast, right? On anywhere, somewhere in the corner of the internet. There should be a way for you to actually tag the person who invited you to the space to actually check out our main webinar. It's called How to Create Wealth Being Yourself on Social Media. And we're not talking about just making money, right? We're talking about how to create wealth being yourself, something that's really, truly, wildly profitable, something that really allows you to be fully you.
Yeah, I was going to also say too, really quickly, just to bring this around full circle for people who are listening. Maybe some people are like, oh, monetizing your social media. I don't want to be on social media. But as we already shared, you're already spending on average 1,300 hours. That's more than a part-time job on social media. So this isn't about adding more responsibility onto your plate. This is actually learning how to optimize and get rid of your full-time job and keep doing what you're doing, but now create an income with that. So instead of you spending 2,000 hours a year working, plus 1,300 hours a month down, like getting down, like relaxing, trying to just scroll and tire yourself out so you can go to bed at night, you're able to take that scroll and turn it into your payroll. And that's what we're talking about. This is when you truly learn to leverage yourself. And when you're able to tap into high converting, high profit offers like the asset that we have here, you really have the ability to create such a really beautiful life for yourself. So I really invite people, if when you want to learn more about what we're talking about, when you're ready to really step up your entrepreneurial game and really create a beautiful life for yourself, the thing that you must absolutely do is to check out one of these webinars and see exactly what we're talking about. We'll go over the three bases of our pillars of what we do, which is personal branding, our high ticket offer, and then the automation, so that we can actually spend less time on social media instead of more. I spend less time on the web now than I've ever spent in my life, yet I'm making the biggest impact and the most income than I ever have before. So I just wanted to invite you guys to go ahead and do that. Be sure to follow the links below. And then Saber, do you have anything else to share and wrap this up with?
No, that was it. That was incredible. I think that's, we've got different videos that really explain the different details of what it is that we do. But the main thing you want to do is definitely check out this masterclass. This is definitely for the people who are really ready to create true wealth and who are done playing small, who are done kind of screwing around, just trying to make shit happen and doing this whole entrepreneurial hamster wheel, right? This is for people who are wanting to create true wealth, being themselves. That's exactly what it is. So I'm excited for everybody. Thank you so much for everybody for being here. I would love to know what your biggest takeaway is. Leave a review, however it is you want to do that, through the comments or through the actual podcast comments. And we are really honored to be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Ciao.